Hinging is one of the most important components of fundamental movements that you need to go ahead and learn. A hip hinge is going to go ahead and allow you to load your glutes, which in turn is going to allow you to go ahead and be stronger on your feet. And when we talk about being strong on your feet, we're talking walking, standing, reaching, any kind of movement that you do on your feet. A hip hinge is going to be a key to going ahead and keeping you strong on your feet. Reaching is going to be one of the best ways to go ahead and fundamentally start training hinging, and in turn strengthen your glutes for walking, running, and standing. When we go ahead and reach, we place the weight onto our front leg, we take our back leg and allow it to toe tap. Now with this hand, I like to place it onto my hip, right at my hip crease, so as I go to reach, I can feel myself bending through my fingers. This is going to be how you start your reach. Two things to remember. Number one, keep pressure through the heel of your front leg. And number two, the higher you reach, the easier it is. The lower you reach, the more challenging it will be for your hip and glutes to keep you stable. So make those adjustments as you reach. Now let's go through a simple, progressive training program that you can use to strengthen your reaching. Your first reach progression is going to be going ahead and using an upper body assist. I'm going to use the wall as an assist. I'm going to load my left leg and I'm going to go through 3-step progression using this setup. My first progression is going to be allowing my foot to stay toe tapping behind me while I learn how to reach. Now obviously with the wall assist, I can't put my hand at the crease. So you're going to go ahead and have to really feel yourself bending through that hip crease. Once I can go ahead and do it with a stationary leg, I'm going to go ahead and bring my back leg up and I'm going to move the hand and the leg together. The key here is make sure you tap something. Tap the floor and tap the surface that you're reaching to. From there, once I've gotten my balance and control and my rhythm of moving the leg and the arm, I'm going to go ahead and I'm only going to tap the hand. So now I'm going to reach out, just tap the hand, and then come back. And now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can maintain my balance on my left leg without having to tap my back foot. At any point in time, if you lose your balance, feel free to tap the foot, regain your balance, and then come back up. That's your first progression using a hand assist. The next progression is to go ahead now and remove the hand as an assist and go ahead and let your entire body flow through the movement. Once again, I'm going to place the weight through my left foot. I'm going to keep the pressure mostly through my left heel. I'm going to place my back leg toe tapping. Very important that this is toe tapping. And I'm going to now go ahead and I have my free hand to put it at my crease. I'm going to start by just doing the simple reach movement. Then I'm going to go ahead and progress to level 2, which is now moving the foot and hand at the same time. Once again, remember to tap the surfaces that you're reaching to. Tap the floor, tap the box. Another key component is you can reach across your body to load your hip even more aggressively. So if I reach across, I'm going to go ahead and wind my hip up, which is in turn going to stretch the key muscles that are stabilizing and activate them more aggressively. So feel free to reach across. And then lastly, we're going to try to reach without touching the back foot. You can touch it when you come forward, but when you reach back, we want to go ahead and see if we can avoid touching it there. However, make sure you are touching a surface. So reach out, touch the surface, keep pressure through your heel, and go ahead and progress to this level 2 reaching progression. My final reaching progression is going to go ahead now and add 2 components to challenge your reach. Number 1, I'm going to add an elevated surface. Why an elevated surface? The elevated surface is going to naturally require me to go ahead now and flex through my knee a little bit more aggressively. When you're doing this movement on elevated surface, don't worry about your knee and thinking about it. Just continue to flex and hinge at your hip. your knee will naturally go ahead and allow and start to bend. This is going to go ahead and in turn load my thigh and my butt to go ahead and work together, which is ultimately what you're looking for with your reach. This is also going to stimulate stairs and other types of movements that you do. It's also going to cause you to go ahead and reach further down because now you've elevated the surface. So in order to touch that same level of surface you're working on, you've got to reach further. The progressions are the same. Start with your foot behind, reach, bring your foot and hand together, and now eliminate touching the back foot as you touch the box. So that's one progression that you can go ahead and advance to. Another progression is to go ahead and take a small weight, put it in your reach hand, and go ahead and do the same movement. In this case, we'll go ahead and we'll move the box. We'll go back to the same activity we were doing previously and start by now reaching the dumbbell. The further you reach the dumbbell, the more the loaded hip is going to have to work. So challenge yourself to not only reach further out, but possibly reach further down. This is going to go ahead and engage that hip more aggressively. Follow the same progressions. Toe stays stationary behind you. As you reach, the hand and the foot can move together, or you can go ahead and not touch the back foot as you reach the weight. So there you go, guys. There's a reaching progression that you can follow. Go ahead and add it into your training program. Maximize your hip hinge strength so you can function outside the gym in multiple ways while enjoying life at its maximum.